Greetings from our channel again.
A genuine theatrical and cinema icon, Helen Mirren has always wowed with her strong parts and self-assured demeanour. However, few are aware that beneath the glitz, she has endured severe hardships and intense inner turmoil. Helen Mirren's path is full of unexpected turns, from preserving her profession during challenging times to disclosing personal secrets.
Helen had to struggle to be authentic amidst the chaos of Hollywood.
What took place that made her face her life's darkest sides?
And how did such a brilliant star get over those difficulties to establish himself as an indelible legend?
Come along as we explore the little-known facets of Helen Mirren's life.
A tragic tale that also demonstrates the strength of perseverance. Early life. On July 26, 1945, amid the turbulent post-war era of Hammersmith, London, Helen Lydia Mironoff was born.
Her life was deeply impacted from an early age by the intriguing and complex blend of her mother's working-class background and her father's regal Russian ancestry. A Russian noble family associated with the splendor of a vanished kingdom gave birth to Vasily Petrovich Mironov.
Helen's grandpa was a colonel in the Imperial Russian Army, and his family was wealthy.
But all changed in 1917 with the Russian Revolution. After being compelled to leave his native country with his family, Helen's father sought safety in England. Despite coming from a wealthy background, he had to deal with the harsh realities of being an immigrant. Despite his efforts to provide for his family, which included driving an ambulance during the Blitz in World War II and playing viola in the London Philharmonic Orchestra, he changed his name to Basil Mirren and took on a variety of jobs. His noble background faded into the background as he struggled to support his family in a changing and impoverished world.
The background of Helen's mother, Kathleen Alexandrina Eva Matilda Rogers, was entirely different.
She was one of 14 children born into a working-class family in West Ham, which was by no means affluent. The family subsisted on menial labor, and her father was a butcher. However, Helen inherited Kathleen's spirit of independence and resiliency, which gave her the will to overcome adversity.
Lyonsea, a tiny Essex beach village, is where Helen grew up.
Contrary to what one might anticipate for a potential star, this was neither a wealthy or glamorous setting. Instead, she and her 3 siblings grew raised in a humble household. Poverty had a profound effect on her from a young age, and life was not easy. Helen saw how hard her parents worked to make sure the family had enough food and a secure existence. However, she inherited her parents' critical thinking and sense of independence. Helen learned to be independent and defy authority from her father, who was a strong opponent of monarchy following his traumatic memories of losing everything in Russia. Her mother's tales of the difficult life her family had led to instilled in Helen a sense of perseverance and diligence.
These served as Helen's spirit's firm base.
When she entered the very competitive arts industry, Helen had a particular love for acting while attending Hamlet Court Primary School and then St. Bernard's High School for Girls.
She once experienced an unexplainable attraction to the theater when she was chosen to play Hansel in a school production of Hansel and Gretel.
Her aspirational artistic career began with this.
But what made this little-town girl into one of the world's most influential actresses? What aspects of her family life influenced her strong will to succeed on stage and television and her independent nature?
Helen's early struggles equipped her to handle all the turbulence that comes with being an artist. Early career Helen's participation in the National Youth Theatre, NYT, was what really opened a new chapter in her life, even though she had already been exposed to little roles at school. She had the chance to perform in many plays at NYT, where she also started to make a name for herself in the fledgling cultural scene.
Helen made her first significant breakthrough at the age of 20 in 1965 when she played Cleopatra in Antony and Cleopatra at the Old Vic.
This was a pivotal event in the development of her acting style in addition to being a noteworthy chance. Both spectators and critics were captivated by Helen's superb portrayal of Cleopatra's regal beauty and commanding presence. More significantly, Helen's portrayal of Cleopatra was not just an acting challenge but also the first time her inner strength was put to the test. It combined her strong character with her intense role sensitivity. At this point, she realized she could portray both strength and vulnerability.
A look that would subsequently come to define Helen's on-screen persona.
One of the most prominent theatres in England, the Royal Shakespeare Company, or RSC, gave Helen more attention when her performance as Cleopatra proved to be successful. She developed her acting abilities here and played challenging classical roles. Helen's time at the RSC was pivotal because it gave her the opportunity to hone her skills in parts that required nuance and accuracy. She played the complicated character of Castiza in the 1966 film The Revenger's Tragedy, which demanded accuracy in every word and movement. Every role at RSC offered a fresh challenge, which enabled Helen to develop her acting ability and character depth. During the early years of her career, Helen was notable for her exceptional acting flexibility in addition to her attractive appearance. She went on in 1967 to play Diana in All's Well That Ends Well, and in 1968 she played Cressida in Troilus and Cressida. Her firmness and decisiveness were demonstrated in these performances, but so was her capacity to portray nuanced psychological depth. Helen's portrayal of Cressida, a heroine divided between survival and love, was particularly nuanced and poignant. At the Aldwych Theatre, Helen portrayed Tatiana in Gorky's Enemies and Julia in The Two Gentlemen of Verona. Helen's acting skills advanced significantly in these parts as she tackled complex characters and showed a profound comprehension of human psychology. Early in her career, she constantly pushed herself, using every role as a teaching moment and every stage as a chance to delve deeper into her inner self. Prosperous career. Helen Mirren started moving to the big screen after establishing herself on stage, playing a range of parts from action to drama. Helen's film career began with daring performances that demonstrated her willingness to push the envelope. She co-starred with Bob Hoskins in the British film classic The Long Good Friday in 1980. International reviewers took a keen interest in her for the first time in this job. Helen was the center of attention in European cinema because of her exceptional ability to fully inhabit her parts and her commanding presence on screen. Helen Mirren's portrayal of Queen Elizabeth II in Stephen Frears' The Queen in 2006 marked the apex of her career. This was a significant turning point in her career and one of her most recognizable roles. The Queen enthralled crowds throughout the world in addition to making waves with reviewers. In addition to other notable honors like the Golden Globe, BAFTA, and SAG Award, Helen won the Academy Award for Best Actress for the performance. Helen Mirren played Queen Elizabeth perfectly, portraying a strong, determined queen who was nevertheless tormented on the inside. Emphasized how profound her performance was. In addition to solidifying Helen's reputation among the general public, this performance demonstrated her ability as an actress to play characters with nuanced psychological and historical aspects. With parts in numerous movies in a variety of genres, Helen kept audiences impressed. She starred in action movies like Red, 2010, and Red, 2013, where she proved she could handle big-budget movies, which is uncommon for an actress her age. Helen's ability to transition between deep, serious roles and forceful action roles with ease while retaining her charm and attractiveness was demonstrated in her portrayal as Victoria in Red. Helen Mirren never stopped pushing herself with original and inventive initiatives over her career. From complex psychological films like The Debt, 2010, and Hitchcock, 2012, to politically charged films like The Last Station, 2009, in which she portrayed Sophia Tolstoy, the wife of the great writer Leo Tolstoy, Helen continuously demonstrated unwavering dedication and a remarkable ability to fully embody her characters. Helen made a significant impact on television in addition to film. She became well known both in the UK and abroad for her portrayal of DCI Jane Tennyson in the television series Prime Suspect. Helen's versatility as an actress was further established when she received numerous prizes for this role, including the Emmy and BAFTA. In addition to being a popular crime show, Prime Suspect marked a sea change in Helen's career and made her one of the few female performers to play the lead in a long-running, profitable series. Helen was not only successful at playing strong, multifaceted female characters, but she was also a master at roles that required a lot of physical and mental effort. She portrayed a woman who had to face intense inner turmoil in a violent and harsh narrative in the 1989 movie The Cook, the thief, his wife, and her lover. This part demonstrated Helen's willingness to embark on ambitious and unorthodox artistic endeavors. Helen Mirren's multifaceted acting skills and unrelenting commitment to her career have enthralled audiences across the world for decades. In addition to being an actor, she is a representation of creativity in the movie business, consistently pushing the envelope and dispelling myths. Helen's accomplishments in the arts are unmistakable evidence of her commitment and unwavering work ethic. Honors and awards. A number of distinguished honors and Helen Mirren's extraordinary talent define her career. Having won an Oscar, an Emmy, and a Tony Award, she is one of the few actors who have earned the triple crown of acting. Her career reached its zenith in 2006 when she won the Academy Award for Best Actress for her performance as Queen Elizabeth II in The Queen. Helen has won 4 Emmy Awards outside of the film industry, including one for her legendary performance as DCI Jane in Prime Suspect, which earned her a BAFTA and cemented her status as one of the most adored actors on television. Her portrayal of philosopher Ayn Rand in The Passion of Ayn Rand, 1999, earned her another Emmy, and her nuanced representation of a complex character won praise from critics. Helen has never left the stage, even with her triumph in movies. She completed her triple crown of acting by winning the Tony Award for Best Actress for her performance as Queen Elizabeth II in The Audience. This achievement demonstrates not only her extraordinary talent but also her adaptability and commitment to the art form.
Along with her many accolades, Helen has received recognition for her contributions to society and the arts.
For her acting contributions, she was named Dame Commander of the Order of the British Empire, DBE, in 2003. In 2013, she was also awarded a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, jokingly expressing how happy she was to be positioned next to Colin Firth. The SAG Life Achievement Award and the BAFTA Fellowship, which honor Helen's lifetime dedication to the performing arts, have further honored her work. Her remarkable achievements to theater and film, as well as her lasting influence, are reflected in these honors. Personal life beneath the glitz and glamour of the stage and screen, Helen Mirren is a strong, self-reliant lady who has consistently managed to strike a balance between her personal life and her prosperous work. Her life is complicated, with a number of relationships and private struggles that not everyone is aware of.
Liam Neeson, a young Irish actor, met Helen. A strong and intense romance soon developed between the two.
Liam Neeson, who was just beginning his acting career at the time, was drawn to Helen's self-assurance and independence, and she saw in him a profound and creative companion. The couple's romance was once regarded as one of Hollywood's greatest love tales, and they shared a home for a number of years.
Ultimately caused them to split up.
Even nevertheless, despite the split, Helen and Liam continued to respect and admire one another, frequently reminiscing about their happy times together.
"We loved each other very much, but we weren't meant to walk together until the end," Helen stated in a 2022 interview. "But I always have a particular place in my heart for him."
Following her split with Liam Neeson, Helen met the man who would end up being her true love.
Taylor Hackford is the director.
They initially crossed paths in 1985 when Helen tried out for Hackford's film White Nights.
Although there were no overt indications of affection at first, their relationship grew over time.
Although Hackford was a gifted and self-assured man, his admiration for Helen's independence and her enthusiasm for her work was more important. Before agreeing to get married in 1997, they started dating and lived together for more than 11 years. From the beginning, Helen and Taylor's marriage was a tale of endurance, mutual respect, and enduring friendship rather than a romantic fairy tale filled with passionate feelings. Although Helen freely said that she wasn't very excited about getting married, the two ultimately chose to do so in order to comply with the law and appease their family. Far from the limelight of Hollywood, they had a modest and uncomplicated wedding in Scotland. Both Helen and Taylor made the personal decision to not have children together. "I never had a desire for children," Helen once remarked, "and it's a personal decision I've never regretted.
I've had a wonderful career and I feel that I found the balance in life that I wanted."
Although they didn't have children together, Helen and Taylor built a happy family with Taylor's sons from his previous marriage. Helen has always valued her relationship with this extended family and spends a lot of time caring for the grandchildren, showing the love and care of a true grandmother, personal challenges and dark moments.
Like many stars, Helen Mirren has faced her share of challenges and dark moments.
Early in her career, she confronted the harsh realities of sexism in the film and theater industries. As a strong and independent woman, Helen resisted being confined to roles defined by appearance or gender stereotypes. However, she still encountered painful situations and prejudice at work. One such moment occurred during a 1964 audition with director Michael Winner, where she felt objectified and treated like a piece of meat.
An experience that left emotional scars.
This moment underscored the imperfections of the industry and fueled Helen's resolve to fight for both recognition of her talent and the respect she deserved.
As she once said, "I never want to be boxed into a role based on gender or my looks.
I want the roles I play to reflect true human strength." In a 2008 a topic she seldom discusses, but which highlights her resilience in overcoming personal trauma. She also admitted to experimenting with cocaine during her younger years, a part of the artist's lifestyle at the time, but she eventually realized the dangers and chose to focus fully on her acting career. Personal challenges and dark moments. Like many stars, Helen Mirren has faced her share of challenges and dark moments. Early in her career, she confronted the harsh realities of sexism in the film and theater industries. As a strong and independent woman, Helen resisted being confined to roles defined by appearance or gender stereotypes. However, she still encountered painful situations and prejudice at work. One such moment occurred during a 1964 audition with director Michael Winner, where she felt an experience that left emotional scars. This moment underscored the imperfections of the industry and fueled Helen's resolve to fight for both recognition of her talent and the respect she deserved.
As she once said, "I never want to be boxed into a role based on gender or my looks.
I want the roles I play to reflect true human strength." In a 2008 GQ interview, Helen bravely revealed that she had been sexually assaulted in her, a topic she seldom discusses, but which highlights her resilience in overcoming personal trauma. She also admitted to experimenting with cocaine during her younger years, a part of the artist's lifestyle at the time, but she eventually realized the dangers and chose to focus fully on her acting career. Current life at 78 years old, Helen Mirren remains one of the most respected and seasoned actresses in the world. She currently lives with her husband, director Taylor Hackford, in a cozy home in Los Angeles. Their marriage, which has lasted for more than 2 decades, remains strong, built on mutual respect and support. Taylor is a husband who not only understands the nature of Helen's work, but also supports her in all her decisions. Although both are busy with their own careers, they always make time for each other, maintaining a strong relationship over the years. Helen continues to take on new film and television projects, constantly challenging herself with diverse roles. One of her notable recent projects was the 2020 film The Duke, a humorous drama based on a true story. Her performance in this film demonstrated that Helen still has the ability to captivate audiences with her skillful and charming acting. Helen also starred in the 2019 film The Good Liar, opposite veteran actor Ian McKellen, delivering an excellent performance as a woman caught in a tense con game. Additionally, she is set to appear in The Thursday Murder Club, where she will reunite with Pierce Brosnan over 40 years since they first worked together in The Long Good Friday. Though no longer taking on high-intensity action roles, Helen still maintains sharpness and finesse in her portrayal of characters. She has solidified her reputation as an actress, known not only for her talent, but also for her constant adaptability and versatility across all film genres. In addition to her acting work, Helen Mirren remains deeply involved in charity and social causes. She is a strong advocate for women's rights, gender equality, and animal protection. Helen regularly participates in campaigns to raise awareness about domestic violence and women's rights in society, while also standing up for the protection of abused animals. In 2017, Helen officially became an American citizen, a move that showed her keen interest in U.S. political and social issues. She has used her influence to support political candidates in campaigns that focus on human rights and equality. In her daily life, Helen is a woman who cherishes freedom and enjoys every moment. She frequently shares her passion for travel, fashion, and living in a way that is not constrained by age. Even in her 70s, Helen continues to exude youthfulness and joy. She regularly appears on red carpets in elegant and modern outfits, always radiating confidence and a strong sense of individuality. Helen has shared that she has no plans to retire in the near future. She believes that continuing to do what she loves, acting, participating in the arts and enjoying life, is an integral part of who she is. "I have no intention of slowing down. I'll work until I can't do it anymore," Helen once said. Despite living most of her life in Los Angeles, Helen keeps close relationships with her family and friends in the UK. She regularly takes flights back to her native country to see relatives and catch up with old acquaintances. For Helen, the solid base that supports her in juggling her personal and professional lives is her family and friends. I appreciate you watching. To ensure you don't miss out on more fascinating content, remember to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Tell us what you think by leaving a comment. I'll see you in the upcoming video. Farewell.